Let's get to it. I'm Alpha Blazed Gamer and this is Satisfactory. I do hope you are doing well. We have got quite a bit of production lined up today and I just want to take a moment and admire my hub here. This place really turned out way better than I was expecting it to. I wonder why that tractor got stuck there. That's quite interesting. And also just want to take a moment to thank Net Nielsen and also Gamerholics there. Appreciate the comments there. And also Gamerholics was asking there about planning the factories, and I know that's something quite interesting as well. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, everyone has a different way of building and preferring if they want to use overclocking or not. Which means you can play the game in any possible way. It's really quite interesting. So we're gonna go over how I'm gonna be planning for my batteries here. I still have to move that pillar up just a little bit in order to have this looking all neat and tidy. So we got our automated wiring and still the adaptive control units being produced there. But for the moment we're nearly halfway done there with the adaptive control units. Nonetheless, I do want to go over a couple of things here. We do need to add a drone for the bauxite to load. And if I remember, it's going to be, yeah, there over there by the copper production. That's going to be quite a distance to travel. So I think this episode might be a little bit longer than normal. Just so that I can cover a couple of things here. Haven't used this zip line in quite a bit. So I might even miss a line or two, but nonetheless. No, wait a minute, shouldn't be too bad. Just want to get a little bit closer so we can use the hover pack. That's much better. Okay, so way up there we got another normal bauxite mine. I think it's going to be a Mark III miner that's overclocked to 600 a minute. Let me just get up there. I also highly recommend getting as many hard drives as you can in the beginning to get most of the recipes unlocked before you reach the higher tiers. Hey there buddy, please don't be annoying. Okay, so we got a Mark III miner over this side, overclocked to its fullest extent. That guy's getting quite annoying over there, so that's going to be 600 a minute. I've got a refinery down over here. If we take a look at this, it's going to take 200 bauxite and 200 water a minute to give us 240 alumina solution, which is really phenomenal. That is going to be 240 times 4 machines, since we're getting 600 a minute. That's going to be 960 in total. And then if we take a look at the aluminum scrap, there we go, this is going to take up 240 and then also 120 coal in order to give us the 360 alumina scrap and 120 water a minute. Interesting though, that's going to be 240, right? And we also do have to send some alumina solution over for the batteries. That's going to be interesting. So let's take 480 if we do 2 machines. That's going to leave us with 480 as well. I think that's going to be more than enough that we need. Let me just take a look. Where's the battery? Let me take a look. So we can do it with castings and plastic and wire, but that's going to be a hell of a lot more expensive to build. So it takes up 50. I wonder if we can overclock this. Overclocking to, I wonder, it's going to be 300% or something. No, 250. Okay, so if we do that, how many can we get then? It still just shows 50 batteries a minute, so we can get up to 100 if we use 2. But we can get 4 down if we get 480 alumina solution. And it's only going to take up 50. Yeah, the castings are going to be the interesting part. And that's going to take up aluminum ingots. And in order to do this, we do need to send in silica as well as the aluminum scrap. So that is where the biggest part is going to come in. Not the section where we load it, but when we start unloading all of this production, that is going to be the really important bit in order to get correct, and we're not going to have any mistakes with the factory. And the reason why I'm doing this is I definitely want to keep using the drones. They are just absolutely phenomenal. And I can definitely add 2 drones. If we got enough batteries, we can add 2 drones per port, and then just make sure that the production is going to run nice and smooth. So I'm just going to add a normal connection here. I'm not going to do anything fancy over this side, just because we're never going to see it and it's just a loading section here. So I'm going to go with a Mark 5 in order to load it as quick as we can. And then let's also bring it out to this side maybe. Yeah, around there should be good. I wonder if I should add a container down here. Not gonna be directly in line then, is it? Interesting. See if we can do something here. No, it's gonna waste a bit of time, but I do want it to look somewhat decent. Let's use the straight connection, that looks a bit better. Gonna fill up with the container, and then do we need to add a lift? No. I don't think it's really gonna work. So just go with the normal straight belt, that should be more than fine. Okay, good. So the 44th drone port, holy bugger. That is gonna be bauxite loading. And then this is going to load hopefully fast enough. If not, then I'll just send over a second drone. So that's going to be it for the drone port that we need in order to load all of our bauxite. Good. Now, for where I do want to do the production, let's go and take a look at this massive pond here at the back. I think that is where I'm going to start the building. Oh yes, and just before I forget, let's come and take a look here at the copper smelting area that we added. I still have to come and add lights everywhere, so please excuse it. I just haven't found the time. It's absolutely mental, and this save has been going, I think it's 161 hours now. Come and take a look. Okay, 162 hours basically, not too bad. And then I did also add another miner Mark 3 at the lower side, overclocked it, so we got a couple extra smelters and just one constructor over here, overclocked to 62 a minute, taking up all of the extra copper ingots in order to give us some of this copper powder. I haven't seen anything else that I really need to use in order to send that production anywhere. The thing is, I only needed it for the, I think it was the, was it that I had to make the particle accelerator? Now I really have to think. I think it was the nuclear pasta. Yeah, it's gonna be this one, the requirement for the space elevator over there. I needed to make 100 and it takes up 100 a minute. It's absolutely crazy to get 0.5 nuclear pasta. That is nuts. Hey, we got an autosave. Now look at these two trucks just going at it. The one is going to turn off there and load the iron for the hub production, so not too bad at all. Now I definitely do need to decide, where do I want to add this production to? Come and get the foundations. I think that's going to be most important. If we lock it to the grid, it's going to be over here somewhere. I can definitely remove all of that, and hopefully, oh my goodness, I forgot about this power line. Hopefully one of these buggers aren't gonna mess around too much, because over there by the new coal power plant that I built, okay, I can't talk today. Over there by the new coal power plant as well, there's a guy stuck inside there, so he's just forever locked inside there. There's no door or gate or anything to get out there. Unfortunately for him, he's definitely going to be stuck. I do want to focus on unloading the drones first, but then again, one side is going to be bauxite production and the other side is going to be our casting production as well as sulfuric acid production. Let me just take a look here where the refinery is. How much space is this going to take up? So on one side we do need to unload the bauxite. Let's just get the first machines in place here. So that's going to be 3. We do need 4. So this is going to extend out even further. Just snap in the correct location for me, please. There we go. Much better. Okay, so I wonder then, should I add the assemblers over, or the refineries over this way for the sulfuric acid that we do need to produce? We're going to need 4 of them as well. Then those are going to be sent into blenders. Where's my blender? Okay, I'm going to have to expand this out even a little bit more forward. I think this should be good. Let me just get this obelisk. One leaf over there should be fine. Nope. I'm going to need some more. Okay, well, nonetheless, I'm not going to be too concerned with that for the moment. Just come and get the 2 blenders in place. Come on, what am I pressing? Okay, so these are gonna make batteries. It's gonna take up 50 sulfuric acid per machine, and I think these are making 50. And then also 40 alumina solution and 20 castings a minute to make 20 batteries. We are definitely going to be overclocking the heck out of this to give us 50. So that's gonna be 100 batteries a minute out of this facility. And that should be enough to get everything sorted out. I think I do have batteries to start the drones. Yes, I do. Okay, that's good. Okay, first up, I'm going to connect power lines. Wait a minute before I can do that. Are we going to be needing a foundry? I think we do. And this is also going to have to expand out a bit. I think I'm going to take it a bit more backwards. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so my thought process is unfortunately all over the place here. So that's why I normally make cuts when I take a look at things like this. Come and get the power line sorted out in just a moment. I just need a connection so that I can use my hover pack over here. And I do need to connect these, so I may as well just get them done. Okay, so this side is going to have to come out with enough space for another 2 refineries to be standing next to one another. Come on, stop snapping weird. So finicky. Okay, so then I think that should be good. Yeah, that's more than good. Okay. So we got another 2, but these 2 need to be flipped around, unfortunately, because these are going to do our aluminum scrap. Going to be this one. So that's going to be 360. Not too bad. 720 a minute. I think that should be more than good. Taking up 480 alumina solution. Once again, leaving us with 480 in order to send over for our battery production. This is going to be sulfuric acid. That's going to be another 200 sulfuric acid that we do need to add. No, it's going to be more. It needs to be 125 per machine. Interesting. So 125 times the 2 gives us the 250, and the 250 divided by 4 machines, it's 62.5. So we're going to have to overclock them to 62.5, right? And then once that is done, we can just get this one closed off, just copy it over to the rest of them, and we should be good. It's a much smaller production facility and we can get a lot more done here as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and clean up this wire section that I have here. I think I might extend this one out a little bit this way in order to bring it over to the connection here at the back. But nonetheless, I'm just going to get all of the machines connected, and then we'll go over the next set of production that we need and get all of the drones placed down. So then, spending through the night building up some walls here. Let's come and take a look. I did get some of the placements down that we might need. I just want to go to a clean pipeline Mark 2 I think should be good enough in between. I just want to ensure that the water is going to flow through. And then we're also getting a lot of water from this one. But I think pipeline Mark 1 should be good enough from the machines to the pipeline junctions. And hopefully everything's going to work out nice and good. Haven't really tested anything out or planned for it, so it's going to be quite interesting. And I definitely miscalculated because I didn't need 4 refineries to make alumina solution. It's only 3 of them. So we got a little bit extra space here that I need to get rid of a bit later. It all depends if I want to extend it out that side in order to get the foundries down. Or do I want to add another little section here on the outside, which I think might be a little bit more interesting to do. It's not going to be a lot of foundries, but just in order to add a little bit of different shape to the building as well, I think we might as well just do this, and it should be a lot better. Let's come and take a look at the foundries though. How many can we get down? That is going to be the interesting thing. I think the scrap should be exiting from that side. So if we bring it over here somewhere, that should be good. Let's get 3 of them down. Come and take a look here. Aluminum ingot. That is going to take up 90. So we are getting 720 divided by 90. That can give us a total of 8 machines to run. Oh, bugger. The thing is, do we even need that much? Because we do need to get some castings made. There we go. And that is going to take up 90 ingots itself. And we only need 50, so we can get 2 of these machines down. Let me just work out the rate here. Yeah, that's going to take up 90 and 90. And then this is going to take up 90 and 90. Okay, so we can get rid of this one. I think what I will be doing is, let's do something completely different. Something I haven't even done with any of my other factories. Let's get an awesome sink in here. The reason why I'm going to do this is, if we're only going to be needing the aluminum scrap for 2 refineries, the rest of that aluminum scrap is going to need to go somewhere, and the only way that I can think of getting rid of it is going to be by sinking it, and that will leave us with enough castings and then also allow the refineries to keep on running. So that's going to be aluminum scrap. Yeah, that's going to be 720 in total. Okay, not too bad. Taking up the 480 alumina solution. We're producing more than that. The rest needs to be sent over this way. So I still need to add a couple more pipeline junctions over here. Man alive, we've got so many things to do. And then we also need to add water in here. So I think I'm going to bring this a little bit further backwards. Get it over there. We'll start with the sulfuric acid, I think. I think this should be better. No, that's completely wrong. Go in there, buddy. Thank you. And then we do need to add water into... This is not straight, is it? No, it definitely wasn't. Okay. I think I should do it over there. Then we can add the water on top of that one flowing down and then coming down this side as well. It's quite interesting to try and figure out all of this as we go along, but nonetheless, blender is overclocked. It's going to take 75 water a minute. Not too bad. The only problem is going to be to balance out the water, so that we'll do at the very last stage of the factory when we start getting things turned on. I do want to go and unload the drones. I just want to come and connect this up real quick, because the thing is, the pipelines are the hardest one to connect. As soon as we start adding some conveyors here to take everything in and out. And then we're going to have to make sure that we have enough silica as well being produced in order to have everything going. Okay, so nothing else is coming out except for the alumina solution. I'm gonna go with the Clean Pipeline Mark II again. What the heck did I do over there? That needs to be a Pipeline Mark II all the way through. Pipeline Mark 1 into there, and then we're just gonna add another Pipeline Mark II over this side, I think, in order to feed in the alumina solution. So it's going to have to be done from this side. Then I'm wondering, the neatest way that I can do it is over this side. Then let's go under organization, no logistics. Yeah, there we go. Gonna be needing this one. See if we can just place it right there in between. Then we do need to add another one way over there. But I think it needs to be on the other side. Yeah, I think over there should be fine. Then we can just add another one here in the middle. Don't want to be in the way of loading the castings, because I also have to keep in mind that we still need to do that though. Okay, good. So we got all of the alumina solution. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. Alumina solution feeding out of the machines. Our sulfuric acid, I'm just gonna go with the Pipeline Mark II as well to unload as quick as possible from the machines. Okay, good. Very good. So all we need to do is add the drones to start unloading everything. We're gonna need a couple more foundations on this side. And then I think we'll add the bauxite drone over here as well. Gonna need to get rid of some trees though. Annoying once this little vegetation around here. Bye bye. There we go. Much better. Okay. First off, we're going to be needing a container to store all of the castings before we send them back out again. And I do want to do this another way. This has to be a Mark 5 if I'm not mistaken. That's going to be the drone. So we can add another wall over here. So many things to figure out here. But most of the production line is set down. We just have to get this little extra factory section up and running and working as well, in order for everything to work. So we got the connection over there. Speaking of making things work, let's just get a power line in this side as well. I think over here around should be fine. Just have to add it at the back of this. Oh, that's not gonna work, is it? We'll just bring the power line back a little bit further. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Then we can connect you up that side. Bring you over to the foundries. Connect this up to power. I do want to see what the grid is going to be looking like as soon as I get all of these machines connected. Okay, not too bad. Nothing is showing there though. Okay, so we got alumina ingots, we got the castings, we got the container. Let's just merge this before I forget to do these things, because believe me, I forget things quite quickly. Okay, this is going to be a Mark II just for safety. Then we'll go to a Mark III to unload into the container. What the heck is going on with the straight belt there? That just looked crazy wrong. Sorry about that. Let's see. We can get that one over there. I think this should look a little neater as well then. Just get it done straight. And then we can add another one below this, because we do need to send the castings into this factory. And I'm gonna be really close here with everything that I'm doing. I think we can bring it in around over that side. Should be good. Okay, get a couple more foundations. I just want to bring a little bit extra space for the drone to go out to. Sorry, they're little nuts. Unfortunately, we don't need to at this point. What we do need is to unload the drones. So let's start with the drone port. I don't know, let's say around there should be good. Get the power line. Just want to make sure I get in line of this so I can try and do this a little bit neater. I think we can add it directly into the building. It's not dead straight, but that doesn't really matter all that much. Let's see here, if I can bring another one up there. That should be over that side. Okay, good. Much better. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm not going to mess around too much with it. Let's go and rename this to bauxite. Just get this correct. Bauxite unload. I think the only unloading that we're doing with bauxite is going to be via train, so we don't have to worry too much about it. Now then, do I want to add another container over here as well or not? That's going to be interesting. And how do I split up the battery production that I need to load this? I'm going to have to do a couple of things in order to move things around in order to get this done. This is where it gets really, really interesting. Let's do the unloading first, because I'm really getting very, very distracted here. Okay, so that is going to be the lower one then. I think let's bring this down then. Over there, and then go over to a Mach 5 and just bring it straight through from that side. Okay, that should be all of the bauxite then. Let's test it out as we go along here. If I can just get some batteries, should be fine. And then I can also take a look at how many batteries it's going to be taking in order to get everything up and running. And hopefully this is going to allow me to really get the next set of production done, because that is going to be so good to get a little bit extra power from our nuclear power plant that we need to extend. And we can basically double the production that we have over there. Okay, so then let's go to our bauxite loading. And then to this port, and then let's come and take a look. Come on, buddy. Why you got no power? Oh, wait a minute. I still have to connect this inside, don't I? No, but it is connected, isn't it? What's going on here? No, it's not connected on the inside. I'm such an idiot again. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Now it should be connected and up and running. Good. So that's going to take 5 batteries per trip. Really, really not all that bad. That's going to be all of the bauxite. I just have to see if it only needs to be 1 or 2 drones that we're going to be needing. I think we may as well just add a container in here. Just to ensure that when the drone starts coming and while we're still busy with production, we can get a little bit of access stored on up there. So the battery loading over this side is going to have to come down towards maybe around here. Then we'll split it out somewhere from inside the container to bring it out. Yeah, I think that's the only thing that I can do. Just make sure it's around this side. There we go. Much better. Okay, so now we're just waiting for the bauxite to come in. And then we also need to bring water into this production just to kick it off. And then we'll use the other water that we're producing over this side to send that into the first set of refinery. So let me just figure out how much water we're going to be needing. And I think I'm definitely going to be breaking this section down. It's 1 foundation too far, and hopefully we can add the water extractors in a little bit closer. Interesting, I can't break this section down, because that's going to be the wall for our foundry section. Okay, nonetheless, let me just get the water extractors down and figure that out. Alrighty then, water extractors connected. Aluminum scrap is unloading. I went ahead and got all of the machines connected, just because I really need to start getting things done here. So we're going to be unloading our sulfur. I think it's going to be somewhere around the backside. Yeah, this is the one loading the coal. I've got the drone ports down for the most part. I've got no idea why the frames are sucking so much over here by this production. This is nuts. Let's see. I want to unload sulfur. But I also want to add a container in order to store everything up. And now I can't speak. Oh man, this day has been really interesting. And it's gonna be so mental to figure out where am I going to be adding the splitters in order to get all of the batteries loaded into the fuel ports here, because that is gonna be mental. Okay, this one is going to be sulfur, bauxite, unload. That is gonna be the correct one. Otherwise, we're gonna have an issue with our other sulfur loading. Man, I'm really trying to push to get this one done. I really apologize for this episode being late as well. I think that's why I'm having such a hard time keeping track of everything, is I'm trying to rush it too much. No, you know what? Let's bring it around the site here. This should be good. Got a power connection right over there. Looking good. Okay, so we just need to add a drone. Then we'll start getting our sulfur as well then. Much better. Okay, so where do we unload everything? It needs to be around the corner by the looks of it. Okay, not too bad. We can add you directly in line there, and then this is not going to work for this side, is it? So then, can I get a lift at the correct height for this then? Maybe something like this. Seems to be working. I think that should be fine then. Good. It has been taking ages to get this episode completed. Man alive, this is crazy. Come and add a couple of batteries so that this guy can take off and go. 6.7 batteries a minute. The other one is taking 5 for the bauxite. I'm going to take a look at the one for the coal. That's going to be 2.7 because the coal is really close by. Now we do need to add one more drone port for silica. And then hopefully we can start getting our production up and running. And it's going to be so nice if we can get everything going. I really need this to work. And it's going to be an insane production. I think I'm going to go with the belt like this. Go with the straight. Unload with the Mark 5 also. And then how do we split it up to the machines here? I think we can just go directly straight over there and do exactly the same thing over this side. Nothing really complicated needed at all. Yeah, I think this is more than good enough. 50 drone ports nearly. That is crazy. So this is silica, bauxite unload. Boy, what a day. This has been crazy busy. Silica loading, and then this port unload. Where is it? There's it. Got no idea what I was trying to say there, so just excuse me. My mind is completely burnt out by this point. Oh, what an interesting day. But I think this should be good. As soon as I add some batteries, connect this one to power as well. I think most of the production should be turning on. Unless I absolutely miss something, then that might still be a problem. Just get a couple of power lines down, connect it on up. There we go. And that's going to take 6.02. So we are definitely going to be producing a lot more batteries than what we need. That is definitely not going to be an issue. Not at all. Just want to see if this belt is going to work out. No. So I'm going to have to bring it straight from the container directly to the wall. And that's going to be all of our castings unloading as soon as the silica gets here. So the only thing that I need to get rid of is going to be water. So that's going to be 120 and 120. And we need a total of 600. So then if we work it out, 600 minus the 240 that we're using, we need to get 360. And that 360 divided by the 2 water extractors should be at 180 water a minute. So take out 2 power shots should be enough, and as long as the production runs and the machines don't get backlogged, I don't think we're going to be having any kind of issue with this. Come and drop all of the sulfur in here as well. Incoming transfer. Okay, good. Sulfuric acid is the only thing we have to do. I really wonder why the frame rate is so absolutely crazy here. It only happens when I move from one section to another section. That's quite annoying. And I've got a couple of wall outlets here that I'm not even going to be using anymore. Nonetheless, we do need the last little bit. Water. We do need to bring in water. Just see where the pipeline is going to be. This one is going to be a little bit more tricky to get in there at the back. Once again, it's starting to get a little bit dark. So quite a few moments have passed in the game here. Okay, clean pipeline Mark II for the middle section. I'm not exactly sure how much water we need, but we're still going to be sending over the water from the battery production. We need 62.5 and we're getting 75. So we're going to have an excess of water that we're going to have to send somewhere. Holy bugger, that is going to get interesting, this production. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Get a pipeline wall connection. Make sure it's straight over there. Okay, now then for the pipeline Mark 1. Do you need to bring it in and then turn it? Wonder if I can even bring it a bit closer. Yeah, that looks fine. I don't see any issue with that connection. Just one more over there. Good. Water extractors. How many do we need? I think just one for now should be good. And then I can turn it off as soon as we got the blenders up and running. I'm just not sure what I'm going to do with the excess water that we're getting. Cheeky bugger standing in the way there. It's quite annoying. So this is going to be lightly clipping through. Yeah, you know what? I'm so sorry, buddy, but please move. Are you really not going to move? That's bad. I don't want to kill that poor little fella. Oh, that sucks. Okay, well, I'm going to leave him there. I'll just get the water extractor down here and then get it moved a bit later on. Shouldn't be too much of an hassle. And then once again, I'm just going to connect the power line over like this. I'll come and sort it out off camera because I'm using up quite a bit of time here. So just get it connected like that. We've got the water extractor up and running. Now we do need to get a pipeline in order to ensure that the production is up and running. That is the main thing that I want to figure out now. What the heck did I do? Yeah, that's incorrect. Give me another pipeline again. Let's try this once more. And then just connect you like that. It should be okay. Right, that's going to be 120. It's a little less than what we need for everything. Shouldn't matter, because we still have to send over the water from our blenders. That's also going to be something really interesting to figure out. Oh boy, what a day. I do think that this should be close enough in order to add a pipeline coming out of the machine. I really do hope so. Yeah, it is. Okay, perfect. Can I get horizontal to vertical? Doesn't really seem that way, and I don't like the look that it's clipping through there. See if we can just move it up a little bit. Maybe this will work. I don't think there's a pipeline. Oh, wait a minute. Noodle will work. And I think that's about the only pipeline that's going to work here. Okay, that's fine. As long as the pipeline is not clipping through anything, then I am happy. That is working perfect then. Just bring it down. Then we do need to bring it around the side here. Bring it down next to the machines. And then somehow connect this into this pipeline network that we got over this side. I wonder if we add a pipeline junction over there. Gonna be a lot of noodle connections here. But it should be absolutely fine. As long as all of the water is going to be unloading from the blenders and flowing into sulfuric acid, we should be producing exactly what we need. And that is going to be a heck of a lot of batteries. So let me just make sure aluminum solution is connected, sulfuric acid is connected, sulfur is unloading, the drone is running. So I think the only thing we need is going to be the castings that need to be sent into this production to meet up with the blenders. Not too bad. I don't think that's too bad. Okay, I think it's going to be this one over here. No, that's going to be incorrect. So take it from this side to here. That should be good. And then we do need to connect it in this side. So I'm just using the straight connection. I'll come around and add the conveyor poles here. Shouldn't be too bad. And then reconnect the belts again. I just want to test and make sure that all of the production is up and running. Because I'm not seeing any alumina solution flowing into the machines here. This one is definitely working, but not this one. Why? Oh, I never added a pipe in there. That will explain a lot. Definitely will. Okay, perfect. So now we got 100 batteries a minute that's coming around this side. Interesting. I'm trying to think real quick. Where can I split the batteries out from? But nonetheless, let me just come and tick off this to-do list because there's quite a few things we did get done. We got the drones unloaded, bauxite production up and running, casting production up and running, sulfuric acid and battery production up and running. So that means everything is good. The only thing that I need to do is add some connections to unload the batteries here. So let's split one over this side. I think I'll add a lift over here. Man alive, this is going to be a lot of production today. So sorry that this is going to take a very long time to do. I'm going to unload with a Mark 5 until where it starts splitting out. Can only load with a Mark 1 into the machines. I think that should be more than good enough. Please tell me this is... No, this is not going to be high enough. I need to bring it even higher. I'm going to have to break that one down. Cheeky bugger, I didn't want to do that. Nonetheless, let's just bring it up way higher then. So get this. Now, to bring it around the factory. That's going to be the interesting part. Oh boy. I think over there should be good. Where's the container at? I think what I should do... Let's go over this side. I think it should be correct. It's going to be at the third one or the second one. Either way, it's going to have to go up or down a little bit. I think let's go upwards. Should be like that, and then directly into the wall. Okay, good, perfect. So then I want to add a lift going upwards just a little bit. Add a splitter on top of this in order to bring the belt out towards the side here. Oh boy, this is taking a bit of work. think that should be straight, and then somewhere over this side we need to bring it up just a little bit, and then directly in there. Okay, this conveyor is not straight at all. I'm gonna have to come and fix that. It doesn't really matter. I just want to make sure that all of the drones are getting its batteries, and that they're gonna start flying and definitely not have any issues, because that is a problem I do not want to have now. I think a Mach 5 should be over there. Get this over that side. We don't have another drone here, so that should be okay. Let's add it from the lower side then. Just directly straight through, shouldn't be an issue. So our bauxite sulfur is going to be running with no issue at all. Then we only need to split out for coal and also the silica. Over this side especially, it is really sluggish. Oh my goodness. Let me see. I think we can add it just a little bit higher in order to miss that belt over there. And how do I want to do this? This should be directly in line. Just see if we can bring it over this side. It's going to be a little bit off by the looks of it. See if we can just move it over by one. And then you need to come around the corner and join up with this one. Okay, that doesn't seem too bad. That can go over there. Just increase the lift speed. 5. And then now just to bring it around that side, I'm definitely gonna have to sort out the lift, so I'll do that off camera in order to save a little bit of time here. But for the moment our production is definitely up and running. We don't have an issue with that. Batteries are being produced, so everything is the way that I want it to. I just have to come and clean up the mistakes that I'm doing by trying to rush things here. Like I mentioned, it is going to be a little bit late, and then I do apologize for that as well. I do know it's no excuse, but still. There is so much to think of and keep in mind when doing this production. You can load with a Mach 1, that is okay. And there we go, perfect. So all of the drones are connected to get some batteries. It's unloading the production. So everything is starting to look good. We got a heck of a lot of castings over there as well. I think that should be it. That is battery production up and running. I'll get the production closed off, add in some windows, and then also clean up all of the mistakes, all of the power wires, and then in the next episode we can finally go to phase 4. It should definitely be done. So I do hope you enjoyed the episode and that I see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Alpha Blazed Gamer out.